Well, hello, I'm at the front entry to my place at my farm, and it is a driveway, not far, it's not a long driveway, but I like to have two pots. And actually what I did was I just took two large concrete pots, put one upside down and put one on top of it. So it's like a stand, and it has kind of one on top. So it just makes it taller, makes it have a little bit more of a impact. So I like to keep so many plants, and one of the plants I like to keep, and that I'm actually using in these pots this year, are my large Pencil Cactus. Now, they're not really a cactus, they're more of like a succulent, but I have had, these ones come from a mother plant I have that's slightly larger, and I'm gonna flank my driveway with them this year. I've had them, as you can see, for quite a few years, and I take them into my plant room, keep them at like maybe 60 degrees over the winter with as much light as I can give them from grow lights. Then I bring them out, and what's fun about them is in the full sun, they'll eventually get some red tinges on the edges and be really fiery and fun. And it's just fun to be able to save plants and use them kind of as the centerpiece, and then put some annuals around it. So what I did was I put some fresh potting soil in the pot already, and I'm taking this out of the pot. And just like I would if it was a new plant, you can see its roots are actually really tight. You can see how kind of bound up they are and wanting to circle. So I'm gonna actually set this down. Look at that, it is just getting so big. So I'm gonna take either a knife or a little shovel, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna actually just kind of break it up like I would if it was a new plant. You can see how all of these are starting to want to come out. Guys, this is why I have a gator. This is why I do this outside. You can just make a mess and God cleans it up with rain eventually. So I'm gonna kind of just rip some of these apart. And what it's gonna do when you do this, you stimulate new root growth. So it looks kind of scary, but really what is happening is it's getting too bound up and it's kind of just choking itself off and not able to grow as well. So doing this is gonna allow for new root growth. It's gonna allow for some fresh new area. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and we're gonna take it over the container. So I have my Pencil Cactus set in here, and I've kind of just set it there. I'm gonna have to add some soil around it, obviously. But you can see that it really fills up this container really kind of cool. I'm kind of excited. This is the first year, actually. I've had them in containers that I just bring out and set. But it's the first time I'm planting it in one of a larger container. It's more of a statement. So I want some underplantings, some annuals underneath that will kind of spill out and just kind of give a little bit more, you know, of that impact, but also highlight some of the fun parts of this. So I'm using two that I really like. We have lemon coral sedum. It's one of my favorites because it is drought tolerant. It is a prolific grower. It does well if I don't water a lot, just like a pencil cactus. They thrive on neglect, honestly. This does pretty well without too much water. And then purple heart. I love it. It is super easy. You can see it's just simple and it spills out. It is just prolific again at growing, and it's super easy. So I'm gonna get ready and then plant these. So I'm planting the last of the lemon coral, and I literally am doing 3 and 3. These things take over and really get big. And I wanted to do things that won't compete with each other. And so both the purple heart and the lemon coral are both kind of the same type of grower and want to really take over. So I pulled off a little bit of the bottom roots of that annual that were in the pot, planted it in, put the dirt back around. So simple, and in a few weeks, you are gonna be surprised with some heat, with some sun, with some just beauty outside. They're gonna be growing. So, if you follow me, you know I always talk about one thing. That is the wind. They actually filmed Twister right here and didn't need to actually wait for a storm. I'm joking. It didn't happen at all like that, but we get a lot of wind and this is exposed. So you're probably wondering, aren't these just gonna break off? You know, honestly, they're pretty amazingly firm and they're really strong, but I am gonna take a metal coated stake that looks green so you don't actually see it, and I'm gonna just pop it down right into the middle of the plant. And I picked obviously a long stake because I wanted one that will go to the bottom of the container. It kind of just hides itself. And then I often will use, and I use this in my garden, the vegetable garden, I will use it for plants like this, but I love this outdoor garden Velcro. It's green again, so you don't see it. You can take pieces of it. You can find it really anywhere anymore, but you can take pieces of it with your outdoor pruner. Don't cut yourself. I've done it, it hurts. You can take pieces of it and just wrap it around that stake. So you could do it with a bamboo stake. You could do it really with anything that you feel you would need. And I'm gonna probably do a couple of them up and down, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm just putting it around it, pushing it together just like Velcro. And it's just gonna help stabilize the whole thing when we get wind, not if, when. So I hope you can see that you can use obscure, unique, something that you don't expect items to be the focal point, or what some people call the thriller. Here's the whole thriller, filler and spiller of a container. This is the thriller, and it's something that I keep year to year, and that's what's fun about it. By the way, little quick trick. If you want to start your own and you see someone's big one like this, break off a piece, stick it, no joke, guys, stick it in dirt like that, it's gonna root. I love to save plants and use them outside, and I hope it inspires you to try something new. Take something that you weren't expecting and put it in a pot and enjoy it. So as always, I hope you share these videos around because yeah, it helps me, but it helps so many people see how fun and easy it is to have a greener place to live, and that's the good part. So check my website, wiseguide.com, for this and so many other things and recipes. And until next time, you guys, come back to the farm because that's where I'm gonna be.